Hey, Mark Shepard here with what I think is developing into one of the most interesting stories as Monday, August 22nd, I headed out to see if I could find my wallet. I couldn't find it Monday morning. At 5 o'clock, I was up and getting ready for my flight home from Orange County, California, to back to Albany, New York. Couldn't find my wallet. And I was like, I wonder if it fell out of my backpack onto the floor of the rental car. Now, I had returned my rental car where it said Enterprise Rental Car Return. There was a sign. I parked right next to that sign. And but I hadn't dropped the key off in the slot because I still wanted to put some gas in it. And I didn't know if Sunday night if I might have needed it, whatever. So I didn't drop the key off, so I had the key. So I went to the car, and unfortunately the car was not there. Someone had towed it. The hotel had towed it because I had parked in the wrong spot. Even though it looked like it was the right spot, it was the wrong spot. Even though the last time I was there, I had left my car in the same spot. No problem. Well, long story short, it ended up costing me almost $800 more by the time I got my car back, paid the taxi, paid the $375 towing, paid the $250 to move my ticket to the next day because there was only one flight out. I had to pay for another hotel, and the old Mark would have been defeated and devastated by this because I had to do some juggling because I had just signed up for some coaching programs and I had bought some stuff at the seminar that I was at, and I had just done some coaching with Kimberly Seltzer for my style makeover and all this stuff, and the old belief kind of wanted to pop up of, if good stuff happens, then bad stuff is sure to follow, right? That's an old belief. A lot of people have it. Cancel, drop that belief out, pull in the new belief. Why does this work out better than I could possibly imagine? So using that one tool, the anti-anxiety tool, the presupposition of why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine, asked in a why question, hooks your unconscious mind and begins to build evidence. So I began to just chant that all the way in my mind, all the way, to get the car from the towing impound. I just chanted, why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? And throughout the day, as I basically spent the day at the hotel working on stuff in my hotel room, I just kept saying, why does this work out better than I could possibly imagine? I have no idea why the universe or whatever the powers that be somehow chose to intervene on my behalf, right? So that's a whole different thinking than, this always happens to me, right? Cancel that, install, wow, I don't know how this is good, but it's good. Every time something in my life has happened that seemed bad, it led me to a breakthrough. It led me to an awesome new experience, right? So just pouring that into my neurology. Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? So the day passed. Tuesday morning, I wake up without the alarm at 4:30 California time and check out of the hotel, get to the airport nice and early, no problem, no hassle, nothing. It's all good. I had enough money in one account to pay for the rental car, but I knew that account was going to pull from my other account, so I knew I had a little buffer and I had a little left on one of my credit cards, and I managed to squeak through. It was all okay. I managed to juggle stuff, and I knew there was money waiting for me at home. I had some checks that were on the way to me, so I knew that once I got home I would be okay. And it was just getting home. So it's okay. Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? I want you to practice this. I want you to write this out every day as you start your day and every evening as you finish your day. Write that shit out. Get it into your brain. Get it deep into your neurology. Now, walking into the airport Tuesday morning in Orange County, getting ready to take my flight home, and there's a guy from the conference that I was at who I was impressed with him, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him. And so we sat, I had some breakfast, and he had some breakfast, and we talked while we were waiting for our planes. And we got to know each other. He's from Scotland. His name is Waki, and he's an amazing guy. Just a real man on a mission, a man on his purpose and on his path. And it was great to hang out with him. So I thought, well, maybe, I don't know where our paths will cross again in the future. Who knows? I may do some programs with him at some point. I may have him on my podcast, or he may host me the next time in Scotland doing a gig, So whatever, I don't know. So that could be it. That could be it. Maybe that was worth the hassle and the stress and the extra money. Maybe that was it, right? So he went on his way and I went on my way, got on my plane flight. We took off. We landed in Sacramento. We took off again. This is Southwest, mind you. We landed in Las Vegas. I had to change planes. Now, when I fly Southwest, I usually pay extra to get kind of in the front of the line because it's general seating and I like to sit on the aisle. And I had to let go of the fact that I was not in the A group and I was not in the B group. I was in the C group, and not at the beginning of the C group either. At the end of the C group, I was going to be one of the last people to board, so I could kind of kiss an aisle seat goodbye. And I was like, you know what? Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? There will be two thin people that I can find a way to sit in between, and I'll sit in the middle seat, no problem. I can make it. It's only 4 hours. I can sit in a small seat, without being able to stretch my legs, right? So it's okay. So all of these things are things that in the past would have taken me down, would have caused me to feel anxious and worried, and all of the things that I used to do and that maybe you still do without realizing that we are doing this to ourselves, right? So life happens, stuff happens, unexpected things occur, and it's how we deal with them that really kind of generates your experience and what they mean to you, right? So I'm waiting to board. I'm in the C thing. I'm like all good about it. I'm telling people, hey, save me a seat. I'm being fun. I'm having fun with it. And so I get on the plane finally, and every seat is full. There's a middle seat between two people in the very front row, but both of those people were big people. I mean, big people. And I'm like, no, I'm not sitting between those two. So I look there. No. There's a big person, a little person. No. Finally, I see two slender people. Two kind of 5-footers, people, a man and a woman, and middle seat in the middle. And I slip in, and there's actually enough room. I can do this. I'm like, see, why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? And the guy was listening in his headphones, and he was reading the New York Times Magazine, and he was very engrossed in that. So I didn't, he seemed kind of familiar to me. I kind of thought I might have known this guy, right? I've met him once, but I wasn't sure because he didn't have his glasses on. Sometimes he wears glasses. I don't know. And the lady next to me was busy doing her thing, so I use this time on planes as meditation. I could work on my computer. I could do all kinds. I could play games. I could whatever. I just practice being still and quiet and present. And I just sat there and I'm like, you know what? I think I know who this guy is sitting next to me. He is the minister of the Unitarian Universalist Church in Albany, New York. And I have met him once. I did a program at his church as part of the Albany Peace Project. I actually done 2 programs there. He was only there for one of them. And I really like this guy. Now, I have recently left Unity Church, which is a different kind of denomination, but kind of in the similar spiritual but not religious kind of vein. The Unitarian Universalists are really kind of came out of New England and Ralph Waldo Emerson in the 1800s. New England there's a Unitarian or UU church in pretty much every town in New England, right? And one of my intentions is to get out and use my spiritual but not religious music to connect with people in other areas and other communities where people are gathered spiritually but who are not pushing any hard religious agenda, right? That's where I am at. I totally respect someone who's deep into whatever faith they're into, but for me, I like it all, and I think there's something to be learned from every religion, and I also I have a very very different perspective on spirituality, and I'm happy to let other people do their thing, but this is my thing, right? So, and I had actually thought, and he was on my list of people to call about doing a special program or a guest event at his church, and we ended up talking for the rest of the flight and really connecting, and it actually looks like he's going to have me help him create a special music service at his church, either once a week or once a month or every other week or something. So it's like that was something that needed to happen. Do you understand? I had to miss my flight on Monday because I never would have had the chance to talk to this guy as in depth with no interruptions as I had on Tuesday on my rescheduled flight. Was that worth $800? I think so, because we're talking about doing some kind of a collaboration which will actually generate income, plus help me to develop my local community of rogue mystics and seekers of source here in Albany, New York. So the whole point of this story is that when something happens that throws a wrench into your plans, sometimes it's for a higher purpose. And it's up to you to decide what that is. This is not something you can passively go, oh, it is meant to be. I am not worthy of flying out. No, it's not about worthiness. It's about taking whatever happens and using it. Taking whatever happens and goes, I don't know how this is good, but it's good somehow, and I may not be able to see how this is good right away. It may take some time for how this is good to unfold. Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, this is not saying that something horrific that happens to someone was meant to be. I'm not saying that at all, but these kinds of interruptions, these kinds of things that kind of tend to pull us off our game and kind of trash our day, those things are often gifts. Those things are often, hey, take a step back and just focus on how this could be good, right? And what that does is it changes the energy. It changes your perception. It changes the meaning you attach. And when we do that, it changes our physiology, right? And I also want to mention that on Monday morning, when I discovered the car missing, I immediately began to do my circular breathing. And if you've taken any of my programs, particularly my Crush Anxiety Now program, I really go into depth on the circular breathing and why it's so crucial and so important and so different from most of the breathing that other people teach. Now, any breathing will work, but for me, the circular breathing is literally breathing energy up your spine, over the top of your head, pausing with full lungs and swirling and then releasing down the front of your body. It seems to work. If you pause at the end of the breath with empty lungs for a moment, swirl the breath in front of your toes and breathe the next breath up, swirl in front of your forehead and down. Just keep doing that all day. And the other little piece of doing so much of that breathing is when I got back Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time, I was not in any way or shape or form jet lagged or anything. I went to bed at normal Eastern time, bedtime for me. Slept, woke up, no problem. I didn't feel any jet lag whatsoever. So I think there's a lot going on. And I wanted to share that with you, and I want to thank you for watching this, because this is something you can immediately apply in your life today. Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? Write it out, say it. The why question hooks your unconscious mind, so it has to build evidence to support the presupposition in that statement. That might be a little technical for you. Just do it and try it, and I want to hear from you. I want you to use this in any situation that challenges you, and then I want you to keep track of how those situations turn out for you, okay? So go ahead and do that. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Please invite other people to this email list, because I'm giving you some of my best stuff for free, and I'm happy to do that. I think I could help more people. Help me to help more people, and share this, all right? Thanks so much. Peace, grooviness, over and out. This is Mark Shepard, and you can find all of my stuff. Just go to markshepard.com, and all the different things I do are listed there, and hopefully I can help you transform your life into something that you truly love living. Thanks so much. Over and out.